James C, I got you. You Matter About Sports presents the Offseason NFL edition. Let's ride. What you know about it? The fans screaming, shouting on Twitter, blasting the news about the team's action in the offseason. And yo, there's no reason to be stressing or guessing about what's going on. Now here's a tip, Holmes. Wine May, yes, got you, Holmes. Click the link, bro, and James C will take you home. Wine May, yes, presents the offseason.
You're listening to the Offseason presented by You Mad About Sports. I'm your host, James C, and welcome back to the show. Let's get started. Man, the offseason is off and running. The NFL Combine just wrapped up this afternoon around 1 o'clock Central Time, and we had a lot of prospects that did some amazing things. There were a lot of prospects that rose up the draft board. There were a lot of prospects that, went south towards the draft board. But there are a few prospects that I wanted to mention that really caught my eye during their workout. Offensive lineman Dion Dawkins from Temple and offensive lineman Ethan Cooper from IUP. Those two cats right there, I really see being late round steals. They're not going to be your first round, second round, maybe third round is when you start looking at them. But these guys right here, I believe, are going to be some solid interior offensive linemen, and they're going to put in work at the next level. I really was impressed by their workout. Deshaun Watson and Josh Dobbs, both of them, y'all know, quarterbacks. One played at Clemson, one played at Tennessee. Deshaun Watson really impressed me with his workout, and Josh Dobbs did an amazing job as well. Both of them had good 40 times. Both of them threw the ball real well, which, hey, it's just pitch and catch, really, so you expect them to do pretty good. But I think they really answered some questions about themselves, and it really helps the Titans in this case to try to garner up some trade options to move down in the draft if they want to and get that second round pick if they choose to go that route. Running backs Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey, they had an excellent combine. Kamara especially had a great vertical, a decent 40. Christian McCaffrey was up there in the top 40s as far as running backs. Both of them had really solid combines and should really submit themselves in first round talents with their pro days coming up here soon. Wide receiver John Ross. For those of you that don't know who John Ross is, played wide receiver at Washington. He just broke Chris Johnson's 40 time. He ran a 4.22 40. That is a very, very fast man. He broke Chris Johnson's combine time. And for those of y'all who did not know this fact, that whoever was able to break the 40 would either win $1 million or could win an island. Yes, an island. Adidas was sponsoring an island or $1 million for those who could beat Chris Johnson's 40 times. So we'll see what John Ross chooses. If it was me, I'd choose the island and start a business. But that's just me. He might choose the million. We don't know. I don't care what he chooses. I just wish he'd break me off a little something. But that's besides the point. But yes, John Ross ran a 4.22 40 at the combine. He also had a solid day at the combine as well, other than his 40. Tight end O.J. Howard had an excellent combine as well. I think he is going to be a guy that you're going to see taken very early in the draft, somewhere around the 1 through 15 area. I'm not saying he's top 10, but I wouldn't be shocked if a team took a chance because the talent is there. Some people believe that he wasn't utilized correctly at Alabama, which is, pretty true. Alabama is a run-first type of offense, and he is more built for a pass-based type of offense. A lot of scouts are comparing him to Greg Olsen, so we'll see. But he had an amazing combine as well. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Edge rushers Myles Garrett and Derek Barnett. Now, Barnett had a great combine, and the man was dealing with, I think he had flu-like symptoms. The day before, it was tweeted all over the place that he was not going to participate in any of the workout drills during the combine. He decided to fight through it and still had an amazing combine. So his pro day is what people really need to look forward to seeing, to see how his 40 time improves and how his workout improves. But either way, you turn on the film, you're getting a great player with Derek Barnett. Trust me, I know. I'm a Tennessee fan, so I have to speak for him. Myles Garrett, on the other hand, had a lightning performance at the combine. The man read an amazing 40. I think it was a 4.56, I believe. The guy had a great combine, and he has pretty much cemented himself as the first overall pick in this draft. If Cleveland does not take Myles Garrett, they will be making a huge mistake. So Myles Garrett cemented himself, in my opinion, as being the first overall pick in this year's draft. Derek Barnett had a solid combine, even though he was dealing with flu-like symptoms. Linebacker Zach Cunningham caught my eye, had a really good combine. I look forward to seeing him during his pro day. Jamal Adams and Marshawn Lattimore and Garyon Conley, the defensive back group. Those guys right there really checked off a lot of boxes for me. Marshawn Lattimore, probably the best out of all of them, running a excellent 40. I believe it was a 4.36. Garyon Conley really helped himself move up the draft boards. I think he is going to be either a late first rounder or a second rounder, but he really helped himself with this combine. Look forward to seeing his pro day. And my favorite person in this draft, Jamal Adams, had a great combine today, showed his hip movement. The 40 time wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but it was a 4.5, so I mean that's about average with your safeties. But you just watch the film on Jamal Adams and you see everything that you need to see on him. But overall, these group of guys that I just mentioned had a really solid combine. They should have really good pro days. They've elevated themselves up the draft boards, and I look forward to seeing their pro days. And I'm telling you, the NFL draft is right around the corner. So like I said, go to YouMadAboutSports.com. Check out some of our NFL draft profiles that we'll be having up there here real soon. And we already got quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. The tight ends and the offensive linemen will be put up there at some time, and then we'll move our way up to the defensive side of the ball. So go to YouMadAboutSports.com and check out those NFL draft profiles to see what most of these scouts are talking about with these players. Now, free agency. It officially begins March 9th, which is this Thursday. However, the legal tampering period is tomorrow, where coaches and GMs can talk to upcoming free agents and try to agree to terms. They can't sign contracts until March 9th, but they can agree to terms between that span of time. So the Tennessee Titans, Paul Kaharski of the Midday 180, put up a post about some of the targets that the Titans really need to go strong after. And I 100% agree with everything he said. The two guys he mentioned in this article, Tim Hightower and A.J. Boye. In my opinion, I have to see A.J. Boye in a Tennessee Titans uniform. It's almost too good to be true. He has family members in Tennessee who are begging him to come play for this team. He will be moving from one division rival to another. He would help us out on defense. He was one of the best corners last year, and he would immediately help this defense. As far as Tim Hightower, linebacker is probably one of the lesser needs that we have in this year's offseason, but it definitely needs to be addressed. And Tim Hightower, Tennessee native, would look real good in two-tone blue, would immediately help the linebacking situation when it comes to our linebackers getting beat by high-powered tight ends. And also, he's a great tackler and a great blitzer, as well as Avery Williamson. So pairing those two up would immediately cement cement that linebacking core between those two. Also, guys that are floating around there, Alshon Jeffrey. I'm going to be honest with you. I just see this deal happening. Do I want it to happen? Sure, why not? Alshon Jeffrey, big time wide receiver in the league, has had 2 1,000-yard reception seasons out of his, a 4-year or 5-year player, and would immediately give us a number 1 target on the offensive side of the ball. However, this is my concern. You have the PED suspension that he suffered last year, and also he has missed some time due to injury. So, you have an injury bug question mark, and you have the PED. How's his character and all that? Remember, John Robinson, he wants team first, tough, physical type players. Does Alshon Jeffrey fit that mold? I don't know. We'll see. But I would not be shocked to see that deal go down between Alshon and the Tennessee Titans. It's a need. It's a major need. Alshon Jeffrey is a big-time playmaker. Also at the wide receiver position, I saw this out earlier today. Kenny Britt, he is a free agent. He is looking to wanting to make around 7 to 8 or 9 million, I believe. As far as a Kenny Britt reunion with the Tennessee Titans, I'm all for it. I mean, the guy is still relatively young. Can still make plays, had a 1,000-yard season last year. I believe he's a little bit older or mature, I should say, in the mind than he was when during his first stint here, and would be even cheaper than a pricey Alshon Jeffrey. So I would be for it. I don't see anything wrong with it. I know a lot of Titans fans aren't going to look forward to seeing Kenny Britt back in a Titans jersey, but I think it's, a decent pick up in free agency. We know what Kenny Britt can do. During his time here, the only quarterback he really played with that was, worth talking about was Vince Young. So, it's something to look forward to. But we'll see. We'll see if they address the wide receiver position in the offseason. And that's all I really have as far as offseason. AJ Boye and Tim Hightower are 2 names that I really need to see in Titans uniforms come March 9th or sometime after that. So I look forward to the offseason. I look forward to free agency that's coming up tomorrow. So stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter at YMASWorld. Follow us on Facebook at YouMadAboutSports.com, YouMadAboutSports. You can follow me on Twitter at JCottonSports52, and I will be live tweeting during all of Free Agent Frenzy. And just check out the website at YouMadAboutSports.com to see what the Titans or what other teams have done during the offseason. All right, that's the show for you. You're listening to The Offseason, presented by You Mad About Sports. I'm James C. I'm out of here. Holla at your boy.